Hello, hello, hello. Frank, what is up from Northwest Montana? Beautiful. And then we got Matt from Ontario. Two cold places checking in right away. I need my water real quick. What is up? What is up? What is up? First live stream of the new year. How is everyone going so far? We're 11 days into 2023. How is everyone? Let us know down in the comments. How's everyone doing? So first live stream, keeping it around 7 o'clock Central. Seemed to have worked last time on a Wednesday too. So we'll let some people join in and say what is up in the chat. So how's it going, everyone? So busy week so far this week already. Got the boat out of the driveway finally, so my HOA doesn't yell at me like crazy. Figuring that whole stuff out. Got the Tundra at the dealership, getting a couple of those TSBs done on it, and hopefully the wind noise taken care of. But they've already called me and they said they can't duplicate it, and that pisses me off because I heard it for 400 miles straight driving back from Texas. So we'll figure that out. Yeah. Going up to DC next week for some stuff. Got the new project coming for the channel also on Friday, Saturday of next week. So members of the channel, they already know what that is. But Matt says he's great. What's up? Jimmy in here too. How's it going, man? How's it going? Boom. Got a bunch of people now in. Cool. What is up, everyone? So first live stream of 2023. Let us know in the comments if you can how you're holding up with 2023. Did you make resolutions? Were you just still going gung-ho with it like I kind of was at the end of 2022 and then just sticking with stuff and adding some new stuff on? What are you guys doing? So Solid Wolf, what is up? How's it going? So after Christmas, like 2 days after Christmas, I was just feeling fat, feeling like crap. So much food from Thanksgiving, so much food from Christmas, just the typical stuff that happens at the holidays. And my wife and I did it last year, but this year we're doing it again. So 2 days after Christmas, before like the first of the year, we started Andy Frisella's 75 Hard again. Some people call it a challenge. It's whatever you want to call it. But 75 Hard is a very great program, and we're on it right now. So it's a mental program, physical program, whatever you want to classify it as. But it's a lot of good stuff to like get your butt going and get you in shape. So both mentally and physically. And I think we're on day 15 today. So all I got to do left is just finish up like, I don't know, a quarter, 20 more ounces of water because you have to drink a whole gallon too. That's one of the tasks. So, but yeah, what is up, guys? So my 2023 is going solid so far. Spending quite a bit of money so far in 2023, but it's all what I wanted to do. And if you guys were in a live stream and watched a video, me talking about 2023 is the investment year for us. So a lot of saving in the last couple of years, being in the military and stuff, trying to figure out what we wanted to do. And 2023 is hopefully the year to where we're going to start kind of letting that money go to more investments and hopefully stuff paying off. So this live stream first of the year, we'll answer questions, man. Don't really have a whole topic for you guys at all. Just want to get on here for maybe an hour or so, answer whatever of your guys' questions. And then we have a video coming tonight on the price I paid for the Sequoia TRD Pro, whether I paid markup, all the options and crap that they added onto it, how many dealer fees were, all that stuff. What I put down on the vehicle too. So that video will be coming out after this live stream. Matt H with one of the first questions says, the TRD Pro makes some wind noise. I would assume that's a question. Not really. So I mentioned it briefly in the video that I have coming out, and I'm going to make a whole series of it. But the Tundra basically right now is at the dealership getting its 15K service done and a couple other things too. So it is it's going to be interesting to jump back in the Tundra right after the Sequoia, because this Sequoia versus the Tundra is night and day difference. It's honestly night and day difference, and for positive reasons. So wind noise, not a whole lot, even with the big old moose antler toe mirrors on it. Honestly, not that much. Jimmy with the question. So when you went to the Toyota website to see if the 2023 Tundra SR has a power boost, not sure what that means. Power boost would be Ford, but I think I kind of get what you're saying. The SR is just based on the SR5. Like power bump. I haven't yet. Let's load that up and look. Toyota.com. Because I heard some people talking about it, whether the Tundra was going to get a little bump in power for the 2023 model for it. But I don't think that it actually has. I don't know how to build a vehicle on Toyota's website. It's like you go, oh, here we go, the SR Tundra. So let's see some more features real quick. So the SR Tundra says performance. Is this the SR? This is the SR. So the SR Tundra says 258 horsepower, 406 torque. And then the SR5 says 289, 479 horsepower and torque. So it doesn't look like it got a bump to equal the SR5. I can't remember what it was for 2022. I can't remember. Outdoor ADV, haven't seen too many lifted Sequoias just yet. Any plans to do so in the future? Yeah, I mean, if depends on what this Sequoia is going to go for us. So I think it's going to kind of take the role of how the 4Runner was on the channel for a while. I left my 4Runner pretty stock for a long time before I did mods on it. So it's a blessing and a curse not modifying a vehicle right away. One, it's content. It's tons of content. People want to see a lifted Sequoia. They want to see you go balls to the walls with it, which is cool. But I probably won't do that on the Sequoia. So sorry if I let some of you guys down that want to see like, holy crap, John's going to put all this stuff on the Sequoia. I kind of just want it to be a good family rig, a good comfortable road trip rig with not that much on it. Whatever good stuff happens with the Sequoia, I'll let you guys know. Whatever bad stuff happens with the Sequoia, I'll let you guys know. So hopefully nothing is like self-induced with modifications that I did for it. But yeah. Watching from Massachusetts. How's it going? Matt says, oh, his Tundra TRD Pro makes some wind noise. Yeah, the Tundras, for some reason, are just wind noise machines, it sounds like. Not sure if it has to do with how the front end is or what. Agent Unicorn says the TRD Pro Sequoia roof rack is what makes the wind noise. Yeah, a lot of people complaining about that. So it's kind of like a platform roof rack, which is nice and flat and low. And a ton of people have been saying that the roof rack is absolute garbaggio in the sense of wind noise. So my Sequoia does not have it. I'm pretty excited about that. One, because they charge extra now for that roof rack. But yeah, and then congrats on the new Sequoia 2 from Agent Unicorn. Get those Westcott goodies there ASAP. So Westcott goodies are cool. I mean, I may lift it and put bigger tires on it eventually. The ladder would be nice, but then at the same time, you can't open your glass because the Sequoia doesn't have a roll down rear window. And I like the steps too on the Sequoia, like the steps that came with it. So there's a lot of good stuff that I like with this Sequoia, honestly. Solid Wolf says, FYI, besides the heated steering wheel for the 2023 TRD Pro 4Runner, they switched to USB-C ports in the back below the air vents. Nice. So that is a feature I believe that you can add on. And the fog lights, too, are blacked out now compared to the chrome of previous years. Very sweet. Yeah, I've been kind of tossing around back and forth with selling my current 4Runner just to see what the newest of 4Runner has to offer compared to like pre-2020 because mine's a 2018. Matt H. also says, ordered the same Sequoia TRD Pro as you. How do I figure out when the allocation will come in if the dealer doesn't know? You don't know. If the dealer doesn't know, you don't know, unfortunately. The way mine worked is the dealer said that they would be getting them eventually, right? So I placed a deposit back in June or July. I can't remember. I looked it up yesterday when I made that video and I still forget. But I knew that the dealership was going to be getting them in. Basically, right now, you're just on an imaginary list. You're on a list. I was like 6th or 7th on my list. This was the very first TRD Pro Sequoia that came in. So even though I was 6th on the list for a Sequoia or a TRD Pro, whatever it was, this was the first one that the dealership got in, and I was able to get it because they had 1 or 2 other Sequoias that came in first, they said, and then other people must have petered off and fell off the list. So When you put your deposit on, hopefully your dealership is working with you. They don't sell it from underneath you for more market adjustment. That would be kind of crappy. But basically, just maybe touch base with your dealership once every 2 weeks. Mine was pretty on top of it, saying, hey, we actually got allocation for it. You're going to get kind of what they call like a dummy VIN. So it's just, or a ghost VIN. I forget what they call it. But basically, it's one of those things that's saying, hey, your truck is in the queue. It's ready to get built. Then they give the dealership a dummy VIN with basically the options that it's going to have on it. So the video that I showed you guys about the Sequoia, of like which one should I pick? Should it be the magnetic gray or should it be this white one? Is because the dealership was given those dummy VINs and said, hey, these are the ones. These are going to be the options. They're going to be built around this time. Then when they were built, my dealership was boom, boom, boom. Hey, it's been built. It should be here in a week or two. And then like 4 days later, it was here, which was awesome. Walton County, what's up? You're just right down the street. How's it going, Kent? I hope that answered your question, by the way. Outdoor ADV said, sounds good. Thanks for the response. Of course. A solar octane in our lot right now for $80K flat, literally. I forget. Outdoor, which one did you say? Which one were you talking about? Sequoia. Yeah, dude, $80K. That's basically what this was. The MSRP of this, now I just spoiled the video, but the MSRP of this was 78. So if it's flat at 80K and they're not going to do any other BS onto it, honestly, that's a pretty good price because other individuals on like the Facebook posts, the Facebook group and stuff for this, MSRPs are starting to get kind of high just because people are putting a bunch of crap on it from the dealerships, and MSRPs are getting into the 83s, 84s, 85s. So if you could get it at 80K and that's the MSRP of it, and that's what they're going to do, plus tax, title, license, that's pretty solid, dude. And a solar octane. I'm super jealous. A question says, now that you've got the Sequoia, are you planning on keeping the 4Runner? Just bought a 2023 4Runner TRD off-road premium and loving the 4Runner content. So this, especially as we get another project vehicle, I will be selling the Tundra soon, so I'll still be down to 3 vehicles, which will be good for content, and I won't be overwhelmed with it as well. But it's very hard because the Sequoia is basically a bigger, not better 4Runner because it still has to prove itself, but it has power, it has the room. It is honestly, and you guys are on the live stream, so I don't care. That means that you guys would most likely watch the videos because you guys are awesome and I appreciate it. But this Sequoia is solid. Like the 4Runner, you know, when you shut the door, it feels super solid. Everything is tight. It's made in Japan, so it just feels like a tank going down the road. And spoiler alert, that is how this Sequoia is. I don't know if the Sequoia goes down a different assembly line than the Tundra or what, but it's brand new right now. So we'll see how it is, you know, 10,000 miles down the road. But as of right now, this thing is a freaking unit. It is so solid. It's stupid solid, which I could not be any happier about that. In Wisconsin, I should have mentioned, and the TRD Pro, Sequoia, and Solar Octane. No, all good. I had to go back in the chat, but it's all good. Yeah, $80K for that. Very solid. I mean, obviously, it's the exclusive color, which is nice too. And it's there, and it's sitting on the lot. So, I mean, if it's been sitting on the lot too, maybe try to see what the actual MSRP was before maybe some add-ons. Maybe it was like 76, 77 or so. And maybe you could get it down to like 78, 77 too. So that would be that'd be pretty sweet. I couldn't find a 2022 4Runner because of COVID, so ended up with a 2022 Highlander. Lifted it, put some 33s on a Highlander. That's sick, and many other things. I have destroyed a couple TRD off-road 4Runners. That is crazy. I would love to see photos of that. Yeah, and then we also have the Grand Highlander too. Potential reveal, or did they say that? I don't know. I can't remember, but teasing it around February timeframe. So that's going to be sweet too. I'm curious if people will turn those into off-roaders as well, like you have with the Highlander, because a lot of people do that with the RAV4s too. So, I mean, 4Runner is Toyota's bread and butter for off-road, right? It's their cash cow because it's so old of a platform and they just sell so many. But it's cool to see people do that with Highlanders, RAV4s, everything. Hello from California. What boat were you towing on with the 4Runner? So it was the Sea-Doo Switch. I did a video about it a couple days ago. I towed the Sea-Doo with the 4Runner. It's only like 2,400 pounds. 4Runner towed it great. Did not squat like nearly as much as the Tundra did at all. It's great. I think I saw you pass me on Monday night. I was like, bluetrdjon, where the heck was I Monday, dude? Where at? Where? Let me know where at. Monday. What's today? Thursday? Wednesday? I don't recall. Let me know, Kent. Where were you driving? And it may have been my wife, but let me know. Any latest news on the 2024 Tacoma? Nope. No news on the Tacoma yet. But my predictions for the Tacoma: some sort of hybrid max powertrain like the Toyota Crown, like this new Grand Highlander coming out that was teased, where we saw the hybrid max badge, and then also a turbo, whether it's the 2.4 liter engine option for the Tacoma, but I feel like the Tacoma is going to have some engine options. But hopefully this year we will see the reveal of the Tacoma. I'll showcase that for you guys. Hopefully, if it comes out. If not, if it's next year, man, that's going to stink. But hopefully it's this year. Sequoia is the big brother to the 4Runner, right? Correct. That is correct. Because they're both body on frame. Hello from Washington. What is up? Can you recommend a good scratch remover for the soft 4Runner paint? So it depends on how insane your scratches are or what type of scratches you're talking about. I use Chemical Guys, and there's a ton of other great products out there. You don't have to just use Chemical Guys or just because I say it, but where is it at? It's way in there. Oh, I think it's, well, is that it? I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So for Chemical Guys, they have this stuff. It's called VSS, and it's for like surface scratches. And you would use it with like a very non-abrasive pad if you want. So you could use this for the swirl marks. But if it's like a scratch, then if you're not comfortable with detailing, I would personally maybe just ask a detailer to see if they could, if it needs to be like wet sanded a little bit to really get the scratch out, or however they can do it. But for like super minute surface scratches like that aren't even that crazy, I use this stuff a lot. It's actually pretty good. I do need to do a full correction on the 4Runner again. Vince, what's up, man? Welcome in. You should keep the 4Runner. I have a 2011 4Runner. Nice. 60 or 80K. Yeah, I want to keep the 4Runner. One day I want to have every single generation of 4Runner. I want to have a first gen, a second gen 2-door, which is super rare. Third gen, fourth gen, a V8, fifth gen. If I keep this one, I keep this one. Sixth gen, if that ever comes out. We'll see. It'd be cool to have one of every generation. Sean says, what's up, man? Do you think the 6th gen 4Runner will still be made in the Tahara factory in Japan? If so, do you think it will retain the same build quality as the current 5th gen? Anything in Japan has great quality. Even the brand new Lexus LX 600 that just came out this year, the quality of that inside was very superior. It was very nice, buttoned up, super solid. Granted, it was a Lexus, but it was good. So if the 4Runner is still made in Japan, I feel like the quality would still be there for sure. The first year or two, it may kind of have like some faults, right? Just because it's a new vehicle. These ones are super solid because they've been out since 2010 with a little bit of a refresh. But I'm the one, and I may be completely wrong, and I hope I'm not wrong, but I am on the bandwagon of it staying in Japan. There's a lot of people saying it's going to go to Mexico, other people saying that it's going to come to the United States. I'm on the bandwagon saying that it's going to stay in Japan, and I really hope it is. Or they may bring the 4Runner to Mexico. This is the other side of that. They may bring the 4Runner to like Mexico with the Tacoma, or build another plant, because they are building a bunch of plants, I think, still in the United States, and we don't know exactly what they're for, or maybe not. I don't know. I need to do more research on plants. But anyways, what I'm getting at is, if the 4Runner came to the United States and we do get this Land Cruiser that's been rumored around, that may be built in Japan and then come to the United States. So I don't know. We'll see. Just picked up oh yeah. Oh, you finally got it. Heck yeah, that's awesome. I'd like to avoid lifting my new Solar Octane 4Runner. However, I like the ladder, cool bumper, and aftermarket lights. Is that going too far without doing a lift? Didn't want to look too silly. Now, and honestly, too, I mean, if you have the TRD Pro and you don't want to put a lift on it, you could get by with slightly bigger tires. So if that's all you want to do, you could do slightly bigger tires. And if you think about it, a tire may lift it like an inch to inch and a half, depending on how big of tires you do. Because I want to say with the stock 4Runner, if you leave the stock wheels on it too, you could potentially put 285 7017s. It may rub a little bit. You may have to take off the mud flaps in the front and just trim ever so slightly, like a very thin sliced viper cut up front, like not a super aggressive one, but just like inside the front fender well. And then you would have bigger tires on it and it would look pretty decent. But a Westcott kit on it too, without lifting it, would be fine. It will work with your suspension too for the TRD Pro. But yeah, the ladder would be sick, all that stuff. But just do your own thing. Do it as you want to, and build as your budget allows. That's always been my thing. Tyler asks, what year is your 4Runner and what is your plan for the new car? So my 4Runner is a 2018. The color of it is cavalry blue, and knock on wood, there has not been another 4Runner in that color. And plan for the new car, we're just going to drive it, see what is issues with it, see what's good with it, and then eventually modify it or sell it for a Solar Octane whenever that comes in. But just to show you guys how the Sequoia is, show you guys real like life, how it is on actual road trips. Because all I've done with the Sequoia, like to showcase it for the channel and for you guys who may be in the market for it, is just literally 40 to 50 minutes at a time or something like that at these press events, or just showing, you know, like, oh, cool, the seat does this, it does that. They have the shelf system to, you know, kind of fix the fact that the seats don't fold all the way flat. So that's cool. That's flat. But how is it in real life? How is it going to the grocery store, going to Sam's Club or Costco, loading a bunch of crap in it? Does it work with actual dogs? Because the last Sequoia was good with dogs and stuff with the roll down rear window. So, I mean, how is it actually living with it? Those are like my main focus videos for probably the first few months with the Sequoia, just leaving it as stock as possible and just literally using it as a vehicle to just go through the paces. The only reason that I picked the TRD Pro, one, because it always clicks better on YouTube and stuff, and for resale value. Just in case the used car market keeps going down, pros are like this with like value, and then like other cars, let's just say they go down a little bit more. Nope. Welcome in, Naro. Just answering questions, man. It's 2023, so I got a lot of questions. I got to go through these real quick. So I just talk all the time, it seems like, and then you guys send questions in, which is awesome. So Nate says, awesome seeing the new Sequoia. Are you keeping it long term? Already kind of answered that. Yep. I mean, I plan on keeping it for a while. I mean, unless the payment gets too much and the videos start to die off a little bit and we don't need it anymore, then I'm plan on keeping it for at least a year, you know, maybe two, just depending on how long we're going to keep it. I mean, I've already had my other Tundra for a year or so. Vince says, I love the 2023 TRD Pro so far. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Congrats. Nice and solid vehicle. Have you ever thought of using Turo and using your rigs as rentals for extra income? So I actually did when we had my wife's old RAV4. I thought about that because we had the other Tundra and the 4Runner, and I thought about using her RAV4 on Turo. We just have a lot of tourists in this area that, I mean, it would work. I may try it out with another project vehicle while it's still stock just to see, but this vehicle is so expensive. The 4Runner, I wouldn't trust anyone with. I don't know, not anyone, but there may be some risk with that. I would like to get into Turo if I had like a RAV4 or a Highlander, like a, not a disposable car, but a car that didn't mean as much to me, like for the channel. Like if I did Turo, this is a very good question. Like if I did Turo and rented this out and made money, that's cool. But like if this got crashed, it would be like, well, does this make more money and more content and more sense on YouTube, or like renting it out for a weekend, is that more beneficial? So I would just have to weigh that out actually, but I have considered it to answer your question. Have you done any kind of paint protection on your 4Runner? If so, which one did? If so, I don't understand the last part of it. I should or not on mine? I did not do any ceramic or anything like that on my 4Runner. Basically, every time I wash it, I use like a spray wax on it, and I do a good sealant on it and a good wax like twice a year or 3 times a year, maybe, on the 4Runner. So every time I wash that 4Runner, water just comes right off. It's super easy to clean. There's so much like sealant and stuff just layered onto it that it's kind of like a ceramic. So the 4Runner is just tons of spray on wax all the time when I wash it. I have like this vinegar wax that when I'm done washing it, it gets rid of all the water spots pretty well. And it leaves like a nice wax at the end. Then I put some sealant on it sometimes too. And it's almost always garage. Like I've had the 4Runner for going on 6 years now in September, and it's probably been garage 98% of its life. So that really helps too. Seaborn Fishing says, do you think Toyota would consider dropping the new gen 4Runner and Tacoma in the same year? I don't. I think Tacoma is going to be first and the 4Runner will be after. My disc keeps rusting. Tundra TRD. Like your brakes? I don't know. I know it's very humid outside. It depends on where you live. Even like the Sequoia, when I first got it, like the brakes had surface rust on them, and you just gotta drive it and just ease off the rust. And no worries, a man, for all the questions, dude. This is what it is all about. But I think you mentioned in a video, but I saw the roof rack on the Solar Octane and it looks sweet. Can Toyota give you one? Excited to see about cargo and camping. So the roof rack is actually for the Sequoia. It's an aftermarket thing now, or an add-on feature. So I'll see what I do with it. A lot of people say that it has a lot of wind noise. Thank you, no, I appreciate that. I heard rumors that Toyota may suspend the 4Runner for a couple years to move production capacity. And yeah, then this is kind of like what I was hinting at. A new Land Cruiser has larger global market. Don't sell that 4Runner. Yeah, so I mean, I won't sell this 4Runner. If I do get rid of the 4Runner, guys, it's going to be a raffle. I'll like make a cool little custom patch or something like that for the 4Runner to like commemorate it. And then I'll have like a limited number of those, like let's say 1,000. So you have a 1 in 1,000 chance of winning the 4Runner. I think that would be like the fairest way to do it. And it'd be really cool too. And like mentally for me, that would be the best way to get rid of something that means so much to me. Like if it's, especially if I'm not using it that much, because YouTube demands new content all the time. But the Toyota family though does love the 4Runner, but that is the way that I would get rid of it. But yeah, so that may be something too. Stop the 4Runner for a little bit and move production somewhere else to like Mexico, and then have that new Land Cruiser that's coming to the United States there. Time will tell for sure. Nate says, are you going to remove the third row? Saw a video, someone found a way to remove it. I do plan to do that. I'm going to put it back in and leave it. I'm not going to build like a whole overland platform back there at all. Not on this Sequoia, at least. That may be a project for like future build down the road, but I will showcase a video for sure. I did see that picture too. It was completely gone. It's like it was just on rails, and you just saw the rails there where the batteries were underneath. Appreciate it, William. Thank you so much. Hopefully, no bug deflector. I don't think I'm going to put a bug deflector on it. I like the bug deflector on the 4Runner just because it's old school. I mean, the 4Runner is old school, and a bunch of old Toyotas and stuff in the past, they all had bug deflectors. My second gen 4Runner had a bug deflector. I had to put it on. Wonder if there's a way to use the light bar on your Sequoia without having the high beams on. So there may be something in the future that kind of like tricks it. I know that Brightbox has a thing for the 4Runners, because you know when you turn, or Tacomas, all of them, when you turn your brights on, it turns your fogs off. And there's a system, it's a plug and play system that allows you to have all 6 on. So you have low beams, high beams, and fog lights on. There may be something like that for the Sequoia in the future. Yep, it rubs. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's answering the 4Runner question. I appreciate that, Tyler. How many miles do you have on the 4Runner? I think the 4Runner is at 35.8 or something like that. 35,800. It's almost at 36,000. And before I get a ton of comments saying, "Ah, you don't drive it that much." Well, yeah. I mean, why? not why in the sense of like why drive it. Like I drive it when I want to drive it, but um when I had it like 2018, 19, and 20, my wife had like a hybrid RAV4 or a different RAV4. And when we lived at like 40 minutes from base or whatever, and I was going to base every single day, I didn't want to just throw monotonous miles on it. So she had a lease that I just racked up the miles on that because turning it back in. And then the hybrid RAV4, it got like 42 miles a gallon, which was like awesome. So I just drove that all the time. And the Forerunner just sat in the garage. Excuse me. The Forerunner just sat in the garage, and we drive it on the weekends. It's the dog mobile and everything. But I got 35,000, almost 36,000 miles on it. Trevor says, "How were the Alpha Rex taillights on the Forerunner?" I liked them. I liked them a lot. I like their headlights more, just because they're more like OEM. The Alpha Rex taillights, they're their signature style of light, but I like the design of the ones that I have on now just a little bit more. But the Alpha Rex taillights, no issues with them. They were awesome. They sold them to a dude down in Central Florida, actually, for like half off because why not? Hook them up. I'll rent the Sequoia when I visit Disney in the spring. So I'm not close to Disney unless I do move down to Tampa. Then I'll be an hour and a half away from Disney. But I'm like 5 hours from Disney, I think, from here, 6 hours from Disney. Are you taking a trip in the new car? Yes, we will. So we're still trying to decide. But in March, we're going to be going back to California, and we're contemplating flying or driving. And if we drive, we'll take the new Sequoia, maybe the Tundra. But as of now, if we drive, we'll take the Sequoia 100%. No worries, Antonio. You're welcome. Chris says, I just purchased a 2020 Nightshade. Is there a good tuner like a Diablo? I think that's what you meant to say. I don't know. I really haven't tuned my Forerunner that much. I mean, it's a naturally aspirated motor. Maybe someone in the comments can let you guys know, or let you know, Chris, about potential tunes and stuff. Each area too, they have like their little tuners that they have the computers for them, that it's all unlocked. They're licensed to tune all that stuff. Personally, for me, I really haven't felt the need to tune my Forerunner, especially after having the Shift Power USA thing in there. Honestly, like that's the only downside for me with the Forerunner. It's just a little bit laggy of a throttle. I don't need crazy more power personally. Like just when I was just towing the boat to take it to the storage, I mean, yeah, it's only 2,300 pounds, but I just turned up the Shift Power throttle enhancer. I had it at like 45 or so, towed it no problem. It was nice. How do you clean your Forerunner? So for all my vehicles, my cleaning process is this. I park them outside. Obviously, this is stupid. Why did I even say that? Outside, I use a power washer. So they get a good rinse down first. They get a good rinse down. Sometimes too, before I power wash it, I use a like a degreaser, and I spray it like all up in the wheel wells and stuff, and kind of like around the wheel wells, like where stuff kicks up, especially the Tundra. And sometimes on the hood and on the front windshield, I'll use a degreaser just if it had been sitting outside for a little bit. So I do the degreaser, then I spray it all down with the power washer. Then I have a foam cannon. I put the soap in the foam cannon, spray the whole truck, let everything drip down, swap that out, get the spray on it again, spray it down, put the foam cannon back on with brand new soap, spray like each side. And when I spray it, I usually have like a microfiber towel sitting in the door handles. So when I spray that side, it soaks up that microfiber. I wipe the whole side, start with the roof first, and then the sides, and do all that down. And then my buckets have like little traps in them. So when I put the microfiber into the bucket and like move it all around, all the rocks go down to the bottom and it shouldn't get the vehicle. And then to dry it, I have these dope little waffle towels. I shouldn't say little, they're huge. It's like a beach towel, but it's like waffle cone. And I just like drag it across the vehicle like that. Usually I'll bring it into the garage when it's time to dry it. And then I'll just use a blower or something. I need to get a smaller blower to really get into the crevices. But that way, like all this stuff, I'm not using a towel to like, dry all of it. Just blow it all off. And see, what's up, man? How's it going? Appreciate you in here. I appreciate that. Oh, really? Only 19,000. That's insane, dude. That's awesome, though. You got me. So you're almost like half under me. That's crazy. I haven't seen you around. I don't drive that much up there anymore since I'm not going to base, but that is awesome. Andrew says, with the next gen Tundra, Sequoia being released, and eventually the Tacoma and 4Runner, I wonder if they're going to start recycling specialty colors, new Tundra and Cavalry Blue. My God, I hope so. I hope so. That would be awesome. But as we've seen with the new Prius and some of their new cars and the Corolla Cross and the Corolla Hybrid or Corolla Cross Hybrid, like that weird yellow color, I think that Toyota is just kind of making some new colors too now. So they may recycle some old colors, but with like solar octane, some of the new Prius colors too, RAV4 colors too that they haven't really used on other vehicles. They have a lot of colors in their arsenal that they could throw at it, but I would not complain about a Cavalry Blue 3rd Gen Tundra at all. I'd buy that. I'd buy that in a heartbeat. Solid Wolf asks, do you change the oil on your 4Runner every 5 or 10,000 miles? 10. I do it at 10. And the only reason that I do it at 10, unless I tow with it or something like that, or like drive it hard on a road trip, then I will change it at 5,000. Or if it's been sitting for like 6 months, dude, there was one time where the 4Runner sat for 8 months, not sat like, but it went under 2,000 miles in 8 months. So I changed it. So it's either time for me, like 6 to 8 months, I'll change it, or 10,000 miles. So 9 times out of 10, right? It's the time for me. But the only reason I do it at 10 is because, one, that is what the manual says. And I do have a lifetime warranty on my powertrain. So when I bought my 4Runner, it actually came with a lifetime warranty through Southeast Toyota. A lot of their dealerships do that. I'm not sure if your guys' dealerships do that, wherever you potentially get vehicles from. But I just do everything by the book, because if something fails, it has a lifetime warranty. The Sequoia actually has a lifetime warranty too. Panama City Toyota does that. The Tundra has a lifetime warranty as well. The only shitty thing is that when I sell it, the new owner doesn't get that. They just get the standard 3-year 36, unfortunately. Yeah, appreciate it. And dude, I drove the 4Runner today, right after driving the Sequoia, and I was like, I love the 4Runner. Took the boat to the storage, and because it doesn't fit in the garage, guys, so we failed that battle. But the 4Runner is so solid. It was a beautiful day here too in Destin. It was like 73 today, so I had all the windows down. I had the freaking rear window down, and I was just cruising the 4Runner. It was so great. Can't do that in the Sequoia, tell you that much. Which is the best vehicle you've had out of all of them? So best vehicle would probably be the 4Runner, because it allowed this YouTube to grow and everything. I've had the most fun with it so far, most fun off-roading it, tons of memories and stuff when friends come here, going to different breweries and stuff, restaurants, all that stuff, just driving around, having fun. So memories wise and what the vehicle has given me, I would hands down have to say 4Runner. But I think as I start to own this Sequoia more and drive it more and do stuff more, and if you're talking about like power and drivability and everything, I think that this Sequoia will be that answer to that question in some time. But 4Runner wise, for just memories and everything like that. Trevor says, how do I convince my wife that she needs a Sequoia next year? Or do I give her my 4Runner and get myself the Sequoia? That one is easier to do, because then she'll drive the Sequoia and she'll love it. So best of both worlds, right? Either you buy it for yourself and then she drives it. She's like, oh, I actually like this. And then you're like, oh, okay, baby, yeah, sure, have it. Or you just let her buy it, So my wife, she loved the 4Runner all the time, takes it on all of her real estate stuff. I mean, shoot, she probably put close to 150 miles on it last weekend, just doing a bunch of showings and stuff for real estate. And then she drove this. She's like, wow, this is my new car. I'm like, God dang, you just forget about the 4Runner that fast, man? You can't forget about the 4Runner. But she feels more secure in a bigger vehicle, which is funny. Sequoia looks great. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Had to get in the garage. Super dewy outside. Tyler, when I pick up the Sequoia, man, 2 days ago, I think now. Picked it up Monday. Have a video out that I posted yesterday about it. Gave you guys a full walk around and a couple shorts about it too. So guys, if you're, subscribed, this is like a little casual plug, just make sure you click the bell because YouTube algorithm sucks. You may not see my video because there's popular creators in your guys' feed and they're going to show them that first. So just press the bell or something to get notified a little bit more. If you had 100 to 150 grand to spend on a luxury car or high horsepower car, what would you buy? This is a very good question. I like Porsches for what they are because they're insane drivers' cars, but I can't get over the fact that it looks like a Volkswagen Bug. But it's a brilliant car. It is a very, very nice car. Man, 100 to 150 grand for a luxury car or a high horsepower car. For me, it would have to be a high horsepower car just to be fun. I don't know. I'd put the down payment on an LFA for it because the LFA is on my vision board. Those cars are just incredible, though. I don't know. Maybe a BMW. I like those new M3 competitions. They look pretty good. They sound nasty. They're beautiful inside. But it would be a high horsepower car. I don't know if I had to pick one. I really like the Lexus RCFs because they have the 5.0 V8. The LC500 was amazing to drive. If I'm going to keep it Toyota, Supra is a good car too. But yeah, if it was a SUV though, it'd probably be a Ford Raptor R. If I had 100 grand and it was going to be a luxury car or a high horsepower car, it'd be a truck, and I'd probably just do a Ford Raptor R if I had to pick one. Antonio says, waiting to see the video on your cost for the Sequoia if you paid over MSRP. When we're done with this live stream in about 15 minutes, I'm going to wrap that video up. I just have to make the thumbnail and make it all pretty on YouTube, and then that will go live. Matthew, $2 going towards the Sequoia payment, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. How do you still have those mirrors on it? So here's the plan with the mirrors. Because they're freaking huge. Here's the plan with the mirrors. And thank you for the donation. You guys don't have to donate at all, but I truly appreciate it. So if I get the Tundra TRD Pro in Solar Octane, which I do plan on still getting, it's just finding the one I want. I'm not really in a rush, but whatever. I plan on swapping the mirrors from there because I was going to put the mirrors on my white Tundra that I currently have right now onto this, and then these onto that Tundra. But if you look at a normal Sequoia TRD Pro, the mirror caps are black, and it would look better honestly with white mirrors, right? With it being a TRD Pro and it being white. So I may still do it with that truck with the white mirrors, but the whole reason I'm waiting is because of that Tundra TRD Pro that I plan on getting. And if it doesn't have tow mirrors when I find it, then I'll just swap them, and then it'll look like an OEM TRD Pro Sequoia with the black mirror caps. Because if you look at the Sequoia TRD Pros, the new ones, they all have black mirror caps. They're not like the 4Runner, unfortunately, where it's color matched at all. So that's the only reason I haven't done it yet. I have been looking into it. These mirrors actually do quite a bit more than I anticipated. So it may be a little bit more difficult. It'll be easy to put normal mirrors on this. I don't know if it's going to be easy to put the tow mirrors onto another vehicle. So this will be taken care of. It's just the mirrors going onto another vehicle. I may just buy normal mirrors for this at the end of the day and just put them on. But that's why I answer your question. I appreciate the $2 going straight towards the Sequoia payment. Thank you. Sean with another question, for any information about detailing vehicles. Yes, 100%. Ammo NYC is one of my guilty pleasure watching YouTube videos at 11 o'clock at night when I can't fall asleep, or 12 o'clock at night. The way Larry goes through things is awesome, and he's very detailed but entertaining at the same time. Pan the Organizer and Obsessed Garage, also very good channels too. How tall is your garage? Does it fit with a roof rack? So my doors are like the door section or where the frame is at 7 feet. But my main garage door has hurricane, like big, like, okay, so you see this garage over here. Where am I at? So this garage here, those slats that go right there, they're like normal slats. The main 2-car garage, it has like much thicker ones because of hurricane standards. So that the total height, like coming into my garage, is like 6.5 feet. Yeah, Jesus, that's short. So, but the Forerunner fits no problem. Sequoia fits no problem. Even the lifted Tundra, when I pull that in the garage sometimes and keep it in the garage, it has about 3 to 5 inches, I want to say, from hitting the top of the garage door when it's open. Yep, lifetime warranty. Super sweet. Super sweet. Very cool. Hey, Shade, how's it going, man? Love the Sequoia so far. It's exceeding a lot of my expectations, honestly. I will have a video about that, but it's really exceeding my expectations. Hilux Runner says, are you going to off-road the Sequoia? Love the content and all. Best for 2023. Yes. I may. We have very minor trails around us. I may take it to Point Washington, which is a tiny little state forest near us, and just go on some normal, like, kind of fire roads with it. The trails here in Florida are skinny even for the Forerunner. Like the Forerunner has, if you look down the Forerunner, like in the right light, tons of pinstripes. There's tons of pinstripes, excuse me, on the Forerunner. So Sequoia, especially with the big old moose ears right now, very, very tight to try to off-road. But if I do take it out to California in March, then it'd be cool to take it on some desert roads out there that are a bit more open. Not sure if went over this. I don't mind going over it if you guys are hopping in. If you went over this, but do you notice a quality differences with the Tundras? Yes, and I'm going to make that video, tons of quality differences between this Sequoia and the Tundra. But the Tundra is at the dealership right now. So my wife's probably going to take me there Saturday, and I'll literally drive the Sequoia the whole way there, hop in the Tundra, and then drive it back to really get like a good feeling of it. Heck yeah. NC Nightcrawler says 66 watching, 21 thumbs up. Click that thumbs up. I appreciate it. TRD John, what does it mean? So when I started all this, it was that blue TRD, which I had a blue TRD, and that's what it was. So that's what I started it at first, and then it was that blue TRD or that cavalry TRD, I think. And then I wanted to get it a little bit more personal, I guess, when I finally showed my face and they're like, what's your name? I was like, it's John. So then I changed it to TRD John, and I used TRD as kind of a play on words for like Toyota Review Dude. So TRD is an acronym for Toyota Review Dude, and then John, which is my name. I've wanted to change it to something else in the past. I don't know. It's just that's just what it is now. Would you end up getting a 4th gen Tacoma in the future? That'll be my next truck whenever it comes out. 100%. So the way YouTube works and the way my brain works is whatever you guys think about buying, I don't have to buy, but I want to buy to showcase it for you guys, because there's no worse thing to do than spend however much money the Sequoia was, which you guys will find out later tonight, is to spend all this money for the Sequoia. And I may complain about some things, and that may be a deal breaker for you. And you may not even think about it until you drive it, and then you have it for a month, and you're like, man, this thing sucks. So 4th gen Tacoma, yes. If a new Land Cruiser comes out, yes. New Forerunner, yes. Grand Highlander, potentially. Like all the cars that are coming out from Toyota, or a small truck, like if Toyota comes out with a small truck, yes. So all these vehicles that I think would really pertain to you guys, if you guys are really highly considering about buying them. Like if you guys were all about the new GR Corolla, right? And like thousands and thousands of views on all those videos, then I would highly consider something like that. But my audience is more body on frame. So 4th gen Tacoma, 100%, no doubt about it. This next project vehicle that I'm getting is going to be in reference to that future Tacoma. Just to get people on board with that model, I guess, again, and basically keep that, build it up, and then sell it and roll it in, hopefully, to a 4th gen Tacoma if that does come out this year. That's what I'm banking on. David says, thank you for all your hard work and Toyota reviews. No problem, dude. Just traded a Wrangler JL for a TRD Pro 4Runner, 0 FCA support, lots of issues, corrosion, blah, blah, blah. Gotcha. Love, love, love the 4Runner. Thank you. Heck yeah, man. Welcome to the Toyota family. What color did you get? But that is awesome. Yep, Toyota Racing Development, exactly. But congrats, dude. I appreciate the support, man. I try to give you guys as much content as possible. Sometimes it favors more reviews. Sometimes then we get into a bunch of install stuff. Trying to get it to the point, and this is part of me and my wife wanting to move down to Tampa, is like if I move down to Tampa, it's a bunch of press vehicles potentially down there, and more of an off-road scene of people too. Whereas where I live, we don't really have that. So using the products more, a lot more state parks to go camp in, overland into, because I mean, hey, not gonna lie, a lot of us overland in state parks, right, for comfort and stuff. But that's one of the main reasons to go down there. So it's not like, oh, you got this random vehicle, did you buy it or what? No, it's a press vehicle. I'm gonna review it for you guys for a week, and then we're back to the normal mods. And then I get another press vehicle. You guys know what the deal is for the week. And then we go back to more mods. So that is one of the main reasons why we're going to make that move down to Tampa and just give you guys more and more content all the time. Plus, there's dealerships down there that actually have cars. Both my dealerships are 35, 40 minutes away from me, and they barely have cars right now, obviously, because of supply chain issues. But more dealerships down there, more opportunities to show you guys cars all the time. That's also another reason why I would love to go down there for more content for you guys. Downhill says, it would be a sad day for the 4Runner if it was made anywhere else than Japan. The J in the VIN, yep, tells it was put together great. 100% agree. Definite quality for sure. Just got a 4Runner. I live in Florida too. Where do you recommend going off-roading and or camping? Where are you at, Alberto? Are you up here in the Panhandle? Or are you down in like Central Florida? Central Florida, you got Citrus Park. You got Citrus Wildlife Preserve down there. You got Hard Rock, tons of like state parks in the Central Florida area. So I would just look on your map. Hey, state parks, see if cars are allowed. It's not crazy off-roading, but Citrus has a bunch of good trails if you are in the Central Florida area. Christian says, what are some good tires for a Tacoma 2013? I have 20-inch wheels. I want all-terrain tires. Will be for daily driving. I mean, I have a kind of sponsorship with Nitto. They can let me run whatever tires I want, but I have a sponsorship with them if I do want to purchase tires. So I like Nitto, and that's not just because I can get tires at a good price, and I'm fully transparent with you guys. Like, I really like Nittos. I live in Florida. It doesn't snow here. It does rain here, but it doesn't rain too not often to where the roads are super slick. So the Recon grapplers that I have on the 4Runner, they're amazing. They are so quiet, and yes, they're brand new, but they're so quiet. These are only 4-ply because they're a C-load rated tire, and they are so good. They're so good. The Falcons, honestly, and I need to again take the Sequoia and drive the Tundra right afterwards, but these brand new Falcon Wild Peaks, literally 115 miles on them, I feel are louder than the Ridge grapplers that I have on my Tundra with almost 15,000 miles on them. Now, again, I need to go side-by-side comparison, but I feel like I hear a lot more tire noise in the Sequoia. So I'm a big fan of all-terrains from Nitto. I really like Nitto. You could go with Cooper, Toyo, tons of options out there. But me personally, I like Nitto. Waiting a long time for the Sequoia with kids, dogs, all of our family gear. Couldn't wait anymore. Bought a Z71 Suburban. Dude, and no problem with that, right? Because the Sequoia, I mean, a lot of people wanted there to be an XL version. The seat doesn't fold flat. That's not good for dogs, not good for this. I mean, Toyota did miss the mark with some audience for sure. So the fact that you got a Suburban, I mean, that is perfect, especially since you guys have all that family gear, kids, all that. I can't blame you. We had Suburbans in the past. I freaking love them. They're big SUVs. They're awesome. I asked my wife if she wanted to trade the Suburban for the new Sequoia and got a dirty look. Yeah, just keep the Suburban. Williams says, keep up the great content. You will make it to 100K this year. That is the goal. based on the stuff you did in the past. Based on the stuff you post. I'm sorry. Seriously feel we are brothers in some way based on your views and passion for the Cavalry Blue 4Runner. No, I appreciate it, man. It's just that's the goal this year. We'll see. I'm going to keep doing the content. We're going to implement more shorts content too for you guys, just to give you guys some little one hitters and stuff. That way it's not a 5 to 8 minute video or however long I post videos for. So that I appreciate that. I hope to get to 100K this year. Going to 2 auto shows like within 2 weeks. Going up to DC to get the new project vehicle. There's also the DC auto show I'll be going to. Then I'll be going to the Chicago auto show, and it'll basically be like SEMA, which is awesome because there was so much short form content that I got from SEMA just because it was so loud with so many people. But these shows will actually have media time to go there and actually just walk around vehicles that we already kind of know about versus a built up vehicle that I know nothing about and don't know how really to portray the audience to you guys. So I'm super pumped about that. There's going to be so many videos from the Chicago Auto Show and the DC Auto Show. It's going to be sick. I appreciate it. Yep. I thank you, NC. I try to do, well, I shouldn't say I try. I do, but I try to make it a point to always be honest in the videos. Saves a ton of money for prospective buyers like myself. Yeah, of course. I mean, there's no point in lying because if I lie about something just to get a sale or just to get affiliate money and the product sucks, then I lose you as a viewer. And if I do that to 1,000 people or 10,000 people that buy the product, it doesn't make sense if I make $1,000 in affiliate marketing. If I lose 10,000 viewers, that's more of a hit and more of no trust than, just being honest. Like if I say a product sucks or if I say, hey, this product's good, may not be for everyone, but if you want to take the risk, go ahead. Like the whole Deseta head unit or the T9, T10s, whatever, all those head units. I say, hey, there may be a buyer for this. You may be the buyer for this. If you like tinkering with the Android head unit stuff and you hate the Entune unit or the Android head unit stuff and you hate your Toyota Entune unit, this may be for you. For me, it's not what I like. And yeah, I try to be honest all the time. It's so easy to be honest. I don't know why people have to sugarcoat stuff. I really don't. And if you don't like it, don't watch my stuff. I don't care. Like I care the people that watch it. But if you don't like it, you don't have to make it a point. Just don't watch. It's simple. That was a rant. Adrian says you should definitely start doing lives weekly. Yeah, man, that'd be cool. Right now, I think the last one we did was like 2 weeks ago. But Wednesday it seems to work out. 7:00 seems to work out. I mean, I think we peaked at like 70 people, which is incredible. That's so awesome on a Wednesday. But if you guys like it from my garage, I need to get better Wi-Fi. I want to get a better camera too, so it's not using my laptop camera. I tried to pair it with my iPhone. With the iPhone update, you can use your iPhone as a webcam, but for some reason with StreamYard is the service that I use to live stream for you guys, it does not pair with it. So I think I need to get another webcam or something like that for it. Have I ever been in the Ozarks? I have not. I have not been north of Georgia since living here, driving wise. I've been up into Tennessee. I've been to Wisconsin and stuff like with the military and whatnot, but like I haven't driven to go see that stuff. That would be sweet to do. Solar Octane, do you feel is a yay or a nay? It's a freaking yay. So if I had to pick top 3 TRD Pro colors, and I may do a video on this, like ranking the TRD Pro colors in a tier, Solar Octane would be in my top 3, 100%. Solar Octane would be in my top 3 for TRD Pro colors. I love it. It's obnoxious, but it's subtle. It's an orange kind of coral color. It looks red sometimes. Beautiful flake in it. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen it up close, but like if you looked at Solar Octane, like right here in the sunlight and stuff, you see a beautiful flake in it too. Solar Octane's a great color. It's a gorgeous color. Of course, always trying to be honest, man. And I appreciate your support and all the comments too that you comment. Thank you so much. Is the 2011 a good year for 4Runner? It's the second year of the 5th gen 4Runner, so there may be some issues. I know that the refresh was pretty good in 2014. If you're okay with that body style, then I don't see an issue. I mean, the powertrain for the most part was from the 4th gen 4Runner. for years, the 4.0 5-speed transmission. So I don't really think there's any electric issues with it. I mean, I think you're golden for that, especially at a good price if you're considering buying one. JTB Studio says I should bring my 2022 Tundra TRD Pro so you can compare it to the Sequoia. Really beautiful. I know I have another dude in our area. He's actually a member of the channel, Ashwin, and he has a Solar Octane too. Which would be cool to compare side by side to the Sequoia. I just want my truck. I mean, I love my Tundra, but it'd be cool to have the Tundra Pro, Sequoia Pro to like compare like all the time next to each other. That'd be sweet. I'll trade you my 22 limited Tundra white mirrors for your tow mirrors. But send me an email, Peter. bluetrdjon @gmail. And if you're in the local area, then we can maybe make something happen. About that. I just don't want to send you the mirrors it doesn't work, or I get mirrors and they don't work. But send me an email, bluetrdjon @gmail, and we'll see if we could figure something out. Because like I said, I whenever I get the Pro, I plan on putting Pro style ones on this so they're black and they look the part. But at the same time, I think it would look really good with some actual. Well, if it's a limited white Tundra, yours is probably that may not work. Yours may be the what's the white color? Is yours ice cap white, or is it the pearly white? Because this Sequoia is not pearl. This is a gloss white. We never owned a 4Runner before. I really like my 4Runner. We never owned a 4Runner before. What do you mean, Tyler? Oh, sorry. for 2000. Yeah, it's good, man. And it'll drive the exact same as mine. It's just it looks a little bit different with the front fascia, and the back is the same. The taillights are different, but you could put Alpha X ones on or any sort of aftermarket ones. Christian says, I saw you have relation race wheels on the Tundra. How is the quality on them? I've been between those and Fuel. Don't know if I should keep the 20s or downsize to 17s on the Tacoma. So the Tacoma, I like 17s on it personally. It depends on what you use your vehicle for. If you plan on off-roading and really airing down tires, obviously a 17 would be better than a 20. But if you're doing it for looks and stuff and you want to have that kind of more upscale look to it, then you could stay 20s. And I don't think RRW makes 20s. I know they have a lot of 17s, but I know Fuel does it. So the wheels themselves are great. No scuffs, no nothing. Easy to like wipe down and clean, in my opinion. Some people say they're a pain in the butt to keep clean. I mean, if you just wipe them down, they've been fine. But the issue that I have with them is because I've taken them on and off quite a few times, getting them rotated and stuff. The lug nuts have like a little bit of surface rust around them. So the lug nuts aren't the best. They maybe could have been powder coated a little bit better. So they do have a little bit of surface rust around the lug nuts, but the wheels themselves, no issues at all. Have I been to the Detroit? Have I been to Detroit before? It would be cool if you came up to North American Auto Show International. That would be sick in the summertime. That'd be cool. Summertime, Tacoma. You never know. Maybe it would be at Detroit. We'll see. Can I clear the airbag light off my 4Runner? So that could be a variety of things. The biggest thing, and I've learned with avionics being in the Air Force, is unplug the battery for a while. Maybe unplug it like for 20 minutes or so, something like that, and see if that clears it. If not, you may have a wiring issue somewhere. I don't really know of why an airbag light would be on. Ernest says, if it isn't a Pro mirror, it will not work. In terms of style or just not working? Because if it was a limited, the Sequoia is based on a limited platform. We'll see. RIP power window on the 4Runner. I don't believe this either. Other creators spreading rumors about it being gone. I am on the bandwagon too of it staying. It is a staple for the 4Runner. I'm on the bandwagon of it staying. Can you add off the market headlights to a 4Runner? Yep. Go check out alpharex.com. They have some for that 4Runner and new ones too. They're honestly one of the only companies I think that have it for the 2010 to 2013 4Runners. And yep, moving to Florida around May because I'm retiring from the Army and currently live in New York, which, by the way, the Tundra Pro is handling the rough snow conditions up here like a pro, like it should. Really impressed. That's awesome. Yeah, move down to Florida. And if you're retiring after 20 years, thank you for 20 years, dude. And don't let New York take your retirement pay. Come down to Florida where we got no state income tax and enjoy all of your money down here. That is awesome, man. Sweet. All right. So yeah, exactly. It was a staple on the Sequoia also ish. I mean, this, I guess, but the Sequoia wasn't a crazy commodity seller. The Tundra sold way more than the Sequoia did. It was a staple on the Tundra. When they showcased that, that was cool. But the Sequoia was almost dead so many times, and a lot of people forgot that it was a thing. It was a staple on it, but we'll see. I am voting that it's going to stay on the 4Runner, and I hope that I am not wrong. The connection for the mirrors are different on the limited. Yeah. So, I mean, the Pro, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ernest, because the Pro is based on a limited platform. So it should be the same then, no? New taco due for delivery end of Jan. First timer. Heck yeah. Let's go. End of this month. That is sick. Which one did you get? Casey, let us know. Yeah, I hope I'm right too. We'll see. We'll see. So much is up in the air about the 4Runner. It's a little plug for the Sea-Doo to put water in the engine. Tons is up in the air with the 4Runner. Where's it going to be built? How is it going to be? When's it going to come out? What's the powertrain? Will it even have a roll down rear window? So we'll see about the 4Runner. So, all right, guys, any last minute questions? Fire them in. That way I can handle them real quick. And then we'll head out, try to do it maybe next week too, a live stream. But I have a video coming up. I just need to wrap up the thumbnail, add a couple of text things to it for the Sequoia price on what I paid. If you guys want to watch that in like 35, 45 minutes. So last questions, fire them in. Camilo says, what can we say about the Trail Hunter on the 4Runner? So Trail Hunter is a model or a trim level of 4Runner, Tundra, Sequoia, whatever they end up making it be. Hopefully we'll see it in the next year or so, but essentially it's going to be a lot of AAP parts from Toyota, whether it be roof racks, rooftop tents, rock sliders, anything like that. So I think it would be like maybe something like this. Like it may look kind of similar to that, maybe not as cool from the factory with an actual roof rack, actual purpose-built off-road things. Heck yeah, Lunar Rock mod's going to begin shortly after. Enjoy it for like a week and then mod it. Just enjoy the stock truck for a week. That's what I'm going to do with the project that I'm getting next Friday. Going to enjoy it stock for like 3 weeks because I already know what it is, kind of like stock. There's some hints for you guys. And then we're going to build it. I already got suspension for it. Need to get tires for it too. Got wheels on the way. Got roof rack, bumper, rock sliders, tons of stuff. If I say more, it's going to spoil it. Erica says, got my first Toyota 4Runner off-road premium back in 2018, and your content was the first to pop up. Heck yeah, that SEO algorithm, baby. When I first learned about the community. Appreciate your content. Has been so helpful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And it was just the simple mods, right? Not anything crazy, but I appreciate that. And you just traded for a 2023 Solar Octane. So jealous. We have a Solar Octane in our area. When I go up and down 98, I see it like on the right-hand side next to a Waffle House. Oh my God, it looks so good. The 4Runner Solar Octane, so good. Yes, Christian, I am going to the Chicago Auto Show. I will be there. All right, last few questions. I don't know if someone already asked this already, but are you planning to lift the Sequoia? Not immediately. I'm going to run it stock for several months just to get a good feel of the Sequoia, how it is stocked, the good, the bad, everything. And then we may consider putting bigger tires on it first and then a lift potentially. Finally got the title to on the LX 570 to my name, and it's so comfy to drive around. Probably going to change the tires to Nitto. See, more Nitto tires. Heck yeah. Congrats. Finally got on your name. That's awesome, Alan. Yeah, document the MPGs first. 100%. For sure. Love the channel. Appreciate it, Casey. Thank you so much, guys. Super white, but maybe you could wrap them. No, super white. That's the same as ice cap. So we should be good, Peter. Give me an email, bluetrdjon@gmail. The LED lights were my first video. Perfect. Yep. Waiting for the 2025 Tacoma to launch. Hopefully it's a 20, 24, and 37s. Put them on it. No, my wife will hate me. She's like, when she was driving the Sequoia for the first time, she like immediately fell in love. I was like, all right, I'm gonna put in bigger tires on it. We're gonna get an exhaust system on it, new front bumper, all this stuff. She's like, no. So we'll see. But all right, guys, I appreciate you guys coming in on a Wednesday night. I'm going to go wrap up the video right now on how much I paid for this freaking thing. And if you guys want to watch that before you go to bed or whatever tonight, it should be up before 9 o'clock. So I appreciate you guys. If I'm doing nothing on next Wednesday, which hopefully not, then we will have another live stream and we'll hopefully make them continuous weekly on Wednesdays. So guys, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. Great stream, John. Thank you guys for coming in and supporting as always. I will catch you guys at the next live stream. Tate, see you later, guys. Appreciate it. Good night.